Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all to my channel. Today we are going to learn a lesson of class 9. The name of the chapter is Collectors, and we are going to learn part 1 of this chapter. As you can see in the image, we are going to learn something about spaceship and aliens. So let us learn and know what is the story. So before that, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of my latest videos. Watch the video till end, and if you like it, hit the like button. And students will also get standard 10 explanation in my channel. You can go in the playlist, have a look in it, and also inform your friends. So let us see the characters. Actually, this chapter is in the form of a play. It's in the form of a drama. It's having many characters. So these are the characters you can see here: Betty, Carol, Tracy, Glenn, Wayne, John, Mr. Hunt, Miss Swan, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Brown, and Mr. Brown. Here, few of them are students, and the rest are the teachers. And Mr. and Mrs. Brown are someone whom they met in between the journey. So let's see what is the story about. So the story goes like this. You can see the scene here. The scene is like it's a lonely countryside, and the children are out for an adventure walk with the teachers. And it suddenly starts raining, and it rains very hard. Now think if you are a group of students going with the teachers for the for the walk or a trip, and suddenly the environment changes and starts pouring. You enjoy a much, but they are traveling. They have the journey towards the lonely countryside. So there once when it starts raining, everybody got drenched there, and one of the teacher, Miss Swan, asked whether they can get shelter somewhere there. The other teacher answers no, until we get to the village we cannot get any shelter because it's a countryside and we can rarely see any people or houses over there. So then again the question arises, how far is it? And they come to know it's nearly 3 miles away. Oh my God, they are soaked, they are so tired, and they are so drenched, feeling cold, and children are getting very wet. Now, Mr. Hunt, poor teacher, he says, I can't help that. We'll just have to go on, nothing else. Then somebody sees a shelter over there. Sir, we can see there's something. Can we have a shelter there in that house? Then Mr. Hunt, that's not a house, surely hard to see in all rain. Somebody says, no, it's a house. Try wiping your glasses. Maybe he was wearing the spectacles. Then, yeah, you're right. It was right that there was a house somewhere, somebody's house over there in the lonely countryside area. Then Mr. Hunt says that he thinks something and he says, it certainly was not there in the last year summer when I came here. How come this year this lonely house is here? He gets a doubt. But even then, let's see what they do. Oh, then one among them says that it's a funny place. It was a quite funny looking place because among the lonely countryside you hardly find any house, and being one alone house there, it was something doubtful. But even then, it was down. It was pouring so badly that, and the students were so drenched, and they had to take the shelter. So they did not have any other option, lest they had went they approached the house and they wanted to ask the shelter. But again, they were having the question, how can such a big crowd can go and have shelter in the private house? Then, because there was no option and the students were dripping, they were drenched, they thought that we'll go and have the talk with them. Let us ask at least once if they have some shed or garage in the house. At least we can stand there, if not inside the house. Here too are totally freezing, it's so cold. Then at last everybody agrees and they try to approach towards the house. Now seen, now they were very, you can say, kind enough to take them inside, and now you come to know that it was Mr. and Mrs. Brown's house over there. Now inside the kitchen of the house, now Mrs. Brown is standing with all the children and teachers. Mr. Brown comes in through the outdoor. Now when Mr. Brown comes in, he says that he takes all the wet clothing and he hang over there, and then they keep all the sticks and whatever belongings they were carrying along with them towards one side, and then they introduced themselves, and Mr. and Mrs. Brown, they asked the children to sit down, and the grown-ups, they asked them, like all the teachers, they request them to go and sit in the sitting room because all of them cannot accommodate in one room. So children were staying there in that room and they were comfortable, and the teachers went inside with Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Then they were thanking them, thank you very much that they had given them the shelter at the moment when they needed the utmost, along with the children. So many children they were having there with them. Then they took it as their pleasure, and they even offered for a tea. They said that, would you like to have a tea? It's being prepared in the other room. And the teachers went along with them in other room, and the students sat there comfortably in the room itself. Then Mr. and Mrs. Brown and three teachers, they went out, and the students, as said, they were just looking around and wandering the house, and they thought that it's so silent inside the house. It's so weird. It's raining. It's such a windy outside, and you cannot hear any voice here. It's so quiet. It's so weird to see the environment here inside the house. I can't just hear the voices in the sitting room because they're just shouting it. The teachers and others are sitting in the next room. At least they would be talking, and we should hear some voice, some noises should come. But here there's no voice of the talking of the teachers, nor from the outside of the window or the rain. And it's so weird, they were saying. But then it was so cold, and they thought they are so tired of walking, they've got wet and drenched. So maybe because of that, they are not able to uh, get come out of that. So one among them students said, "No, it's not like that. That's we are cold. That's why we are feeling like that." Then they again wander everywhere in the kitchen, and they see that they feel it's so empty room. We don't find the kitchen uh, uh, things over here, no kitchen items there, not the crockeries, nothing else is found. It reminds me of an hospital here. Now they ask the question, where do they wash up? Then they are one among the students say, in the sink. Then again they have many questions, like where do they do this things and that things, and they keep on questioning, and some of them among them they answer. And then Carol says that there's nothing standing about there. They observe so keenly, and they find that if there are kitchens, there should be plates and pots and pans and things to which they use to eat. But here they do not find anything like that. How do they have their lunch and everything? Everything is empty over there. The platform is totally empty. The kitchen platform, we cannot find anything over there. So one among them again answers, maybe they are putting up in the cupboards, they are arranging it. Then they quietly they go and open the cupboard which was there, and they find that even that is quite empty. So one among them again reminds them, don't poke your nose everywhere. It's not your house way, and if they come, they'll catch you. So there's all discussions were going on. They opened the fridge. They said it's nothing inside, not even the light of a fridge is on. I don't know how it's working or not. And then everything they were just checking each and everything. And the other friends were also trying to make stop them. Like, it is somebody else's house. You cannot hang over like this and check each and everything. If they catch you, they'll be like too much angry with you. Perhaps they are discussing and saying, I think they are crooks, they are so dishonest and some criminals. They have come in a wrong place, they are hiding something from us. But again, they said, it's so silly. We have to walk towards the village. At least we will wait for some time, and when the rain gets stopped, we'll go. Anyway, we were so drenched. We needed some shelter very badly. So like this, the discussion is going on. Then Mrs. Brown comes back into the room by the time they are saying everything. Then she says, "All right, here." And she notices, where she was very keen observer, even she notices that the door was open, and she asks them whether, do you want anything? Were you looking anything in the cupboard? Then one among them said, yes, he was being nosy. He just wanted to see each and everything. And she closes the door and looks at the rain, and he says, then, I did not mean to harm anything. He just tries to convince her that I was just wondering, where do you keep all your belongings and groceries? There are no plates here. So Mrs. Brown, she very, very sharp-mindedly, she answers, actually we have been shifted here recently and we have not arranged anything. We have just moved recently, so we did not get time to arrange everything. So you find the room is deserted, it's so empty. They wandered for some time. Then she asked them, offers them that would you like to have a drink? So everybody, yes, we would like to have a drink. They accept it. Orange juice will be better. Will be all right. She again asked them for the choice. Will oranges be all right, or you want something else? Then when and other students again they say yes, fine, please. If anything will be fine, and everybody nods the head, and they are accepting the offer now. So Mrs. Brown again says, good. I'll get it for you. And remember, please leave these cupboards alone. Do not touch and do not open it. She just wants them and she went out. She goes out. So the children said, okay, we will, ma'am. Don't just take tension. We will not touch it. We will be away from your doors and the things. Then Mrs. Brown, she says, She looks at the closed doors of a larger cupboard and opposite will. She checks everything once again, just have an eye, and she says, do remember that I'll go and get those drinks. By the time you have to just wait, do not open anything. And she have a brief look to her cupboards and everything in the room, and she leaves the room from there. Now when she comes back, who is she? What does she bring? What happens to these children? Who are the aliens here? Are the children caught? What happens to them? We'll see all these things in the next part. So students, keep waiting for my next video. I'll be soon back with the part 2 of this chapter, and I hope you understood this part 1, and thank you for watching my video.